Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Landric plays and some more Darkest Dungeon. It is, what week are we on now? Week 30, something like that? And we've had a medical breakthrough at the sanatorium, so the time and gold were not spent in vain. However, as today, caregivers announced they have succeeded in concocting an effective antidote. So this week, and this week only, the medical ward is free. So in the sanatorium, we can put 2 people in the medical ward, which is handy actually, because I think we've only got 2 people with diseases. So we've got Columbia's, who has the fits, so that does give +3 speed, -5 accuracy, -5% crit. She probably doesn't need... I don't know, healing can crit as well actually, so having that extra 5% chance to do an extra heal is probably pretty worthwhile, and as it's free, you can go in there. I don't think we're going to be using you. We've got plenty of level 3 heroes anyway, even if we need to. And we've got Dismas as well. What have you got? So you've got Vertigo, 50% move resist. Not super problematic. We've got plenty of skills that can sort of be used, well, only from the middle really. And in any case, it's free, and we're probably not going to be using you either. So we'll jam you in the medical ward as well. Stop complaining. Knives are healthy. I think that's how it works, right? So it has been a while since I played this, which is why some of these icons look a little bit different. I also don't quite remember what we were doing. I remember last time we just did a sort of gold run, because we don't... That's right, we've been trying to do some of these bosses, but we don't actually have that many people qualified to do it. Most of our heroes are actually well overqualified for these easy missions now, but I still want to finish off these bosses. I don't really want to bring the Antiquarian with us, because Antiquarians are good at finding new extra treasure, but not fantastic at combat. However, the only other person we can bring, really, is this Bounty Hunter, who I don't think we've actually taken on any quests at all. Let's check the... so we've got room for 2 more in our roster, so let's check the Stagecoach. Is there anyone... Ooh. Now, Plague Doctors, you can go at the back of the party, so I think we'll grab you right away. You are level 0.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Do we want to grab another Crusader or Bounty Hunter? I think we'll pass. We'll leave a gap just in case. And then if we were to embark, we can swap you out for... sort this. You can go there. And then... So what level are you? So 1, 2, 1, and then 0. This might be a little bit risky doing this. So if we were going to go for a boss, kill the Sodden Crew or the Nasty Flesh. I think, especially given that we've got a Jester, and Jesters do bleed damage, that doing the Warrens is probably easier, because I think the fish have scales that protect them from that. So I think we go with this. So let's see if we can upgrade any of their equipment just before we get started. I suspect we can't, because you have to be at least level 1, yeah. We can upgrade your stuff though, so it makes sense to do that, I think. We've got plenty of money, so yeah, why on earth wouldn't we? If we're sending you against a boss, you should have some protection. Can we swap around your skills? Do we want to swap around your skills? So you've currently got Noxious Blast, which you can use at the back, Plague Grenade, which you can also use at the back, so that gives you fairly good coverage. Oh, that's a good point. So Bleed is quite good in the Warrens. I'm not sure Blight's actually that useful. You've got Battlefield Medicine, which... that's another good point. We don't have any healing at all, so having this tiny bit that can cure Blight and Bleed actually is probably quite worthwhile. Disorientating Blast, so that's quite good. We've got a chance to stun and to clear corpses, which will help our 2 sort of frontline damage dealers. Do we want to actually make you more a sort of a support character then, sort of actually unlock some of these buffs? I never ever use buffs, but in this case it might be worthwhile. So that's another stun as well. That can't be used at the back, so we'll ignore that. So do we actually replace these 2 with the Blinding Gas and the buff tag? You know what, let's try it out, let's see how it goes. So we'll flip these around, and then we'll make sure we deselect that, and this, and this. Oh, and we should look at your camping skills as well, because I think, yeah, boss missions count as that. So you only have those skills, so we can unlock basically another skill on everyone, I think. So let's take you to the survivalist. So you have let the mask down, self only, -25 stress, everyone else gets a little bit. Get some resistances, -20, ooh, that looks quite good. And this one, suffer a bunch of damage, and let's unlock that. And it automatically gets activated, good. What skills do we want from you? We want to prevent the nighttime ambush. Do we want anything else? No, we'll stick with that. Drag you over here. Tiger's Eye. So all the companions have these different skills. I'm going to sort of focus on the special ones because they're usually quite good, even if they do cost a little bit more. Don't want to sort of mock people because that could go really badly for us. That's not too bad. Get some extra buffs. Or do we just want the healing and the stress relief? Ooh. We're going to have a doctor. The doctor can do the healing and stress relief stuff. So, where are we? So, that does a bunch of heal. That removes blight or disease. Now, the disease is interesting because that is permanent, so you'd have to put them in the medical ward to get rid of it. So if you can get rid of it mid-mission, that's pretty cool. And then a bunch of healing. Yeah, so that's quite good. And then plus this one as well. So do we want... that's self only, so let's get that one. Okay, so we've invested quite a bit of gold in these guys, so it will be a bit of a shame if they all die horribly. So we'll do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. Before we send anyone off... yeah, before we send anyone off, do we want to put anyone in the stress relief? Because... Satanophobia... You've got too much stress to go up against a boss, don't you? Do I risk it anyway? Actually, okay, so we also have... Where's our... Where are they? You. You can go in third position. So maybe... So, let's see, collect bounty, mark for death, flashbang, finish him. Alright. So we take you instead. But... I mean, we can't take our Jester, we can't take Giggles. So let's take them out of it right now, just before I do something I'm going to regret. Do we want to put you in here or in here? Which one's cheaper? We'll put you in the brothel. You've earned it. Oop. Oh no, don't want to do that. Accidentally double clicked. Okay. So we're going to have to upgrade this guy. Let's still go for the boss. Let's risk it. He's level 1. He's not level 0. Which means we can upgrade some of his skills, and it does mean, he stands more of a chance of not dying, which is always good. Do we want any of these other skills? Knockback, stun, can't be used in third position. Come hither. Oh, that marks as well, which chains quite nicely with collect bounty. That could be quite good, but I think we'll stick with what we've got. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Let's do that. And I think we just embark. Yeah. Oh, camping skills. Do you have any camping skills we want to make use of? Blah blah blah. 25% damage versus size 2. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know if this boss counts as... I don't think it does, so... Let's just get... I tell you, let's just get this, just because it might come in handy. And then we'll embark, and we'll add you to the 3rd rank here. And then, actually now we've not got the bleed, we could have gone full blight and sort of done a bit more damage in the code, but let's stick with the plan. We'll go with Warrens, we'll get this ethereal crucifix, which sounds pretty amazing. And let's provision. So it's a medium mission, so we get the firewood, we get to camp, which means we want plenty of food, because we can also use this to sort of heal a little bit. I'm going to go a bit overkill, because they're relatively weak, they're sort of level... let's maybe trim back a little bit, we'll go for 12 and 8. That might still be overkill, and It's not a huge amount, but meh, it'll be fine. We'll take a pair of shovels. We'll take... I'm going to stop just shy of 2 lots of 8. It's been a while since I've played this, so I'm always slightly prone to over-preparing rather than under-preparing, but I think that's probably fine. Do we want some bandages? I'll take 1 set of bandages. And then we'll embark. Okay, so let's see how this goes.
Zeal for blood rituals and summoning rites had begun to ebb, as each attempt invariably brought only failure and disappointment. Progress was halting, and the rapidly accumulating surplus of wasted flesh had become burdensome.
So essentially, our ancestor has been trying a bunch of necromantic rituals and then just throwing all of this slightly undead meat into the sewers.
The thing is more terrible than I can describe. An incoherent jumble of organ, sinew, and bone.
Well, that seems like a perfectly sensible thing to do. Ooh, interesting. So let's look at the map. We've got a kind of grid, so we know there's a battle and a curio in here. Let's go straight for a battle. Oop. This looks good. We'll take that. Keep going. Horrible grisly dinner cart. Yeah, let's ignore that for now. I think we'd have to purify it with some of our herbs or something like that, but it's not like we need food, especially not horrible, mouldy food. Okay, drum stabilization. Stress, no, not stress, debuff. Oh dear. Oh, so if they all go for you because you're marked... Oh no, they are going to spread it out just a little bit, and he manages to dodge at least, so that's quite good. Ah, so our sort of buffer is going first, so if we buff... Let's try buffing our leper. So he's going to act next. He can hew, so you do 6 to 11, so you could actually kill both of these in one hit. It's unlikely, but possible. But this, if it hits at all, will definitely kill. Then again, okay, let's be greedy. Let's try this, and then our Crusader can do a sort of double strike there. And we can flashbang you to try and mitigate some of your stuff. Oh, that pulls you to the front. Oh, it shuffles, I see. Whoops, didn't quite read that. So that means if we do the Zealous Accusation, it'll still kill this one, and it'll do some damage here, so let's still do that.
Is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And then you can simply chop, get rid of them, so that stun didn't really come into play. And then I guess we use the stun again. Yep, we don't need the heal. We could clear... Aha! So we can use this, which will clear corpses and stun one of these. So we'll try and stun the one at full health, which clears those corpses, putting them nicely in range of these guys. You can take that one out before it takes a move, and then you can focus on this one. Nice! Okay, so maybe I was a little bit too worried that they were only level 1. I mean, it's still an easy dungeon.
But a victory nonetheless.
Sacrificial stone. Is this... What happens if we just inspect it? Maybe we should use a holy water. Let's try a holy water. Nope, no effect. Okay, let's just try activating it. Ooh. Insight into the Warrens. So you're now a Warrens explorer. Okay, fair enough. I guess we'll keep going this way and then we'll cycle back. It's unlike... Well, no, we know they're not there, so that's fine. Ideally, we want to get a sort of scout before we hit the boss, just so we know we can rest. Ah, so you've got a disease. You've got ennui. Can we open up your thing? Let's see. Mine's 25% virtue chance, so that's not great, but we might be able to cure you of that on your turn. So let's buff you again. Hopefully you get to act before these do. Damn. Maybe we should have gone for a stun on them, but it didn't do too much damage. Yeah, both of them are going to get to act. And that did do a bleed, so you're going to be taking a little bit more damage. But let's go for the same strategy, so we'll use both the double attacks on these two, rather than focusing individually. And that worked out quite well. And then you... so we don't have the get over here kind of thing. We can't reach there. We can just mark you, or we can flashbang to try and stun you. So that shuffles you closer, putting you in range of them. You're stunned, so you don't get to act and cover us in vomit and slime. Might as well heal, cure that bleed. So we'll do 1 point of healing, but it actually saves you from taking the extra 2 of bleed as well.
Destroyed.
And then, there we go, all done.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Oop, skittery, horrible spiders. Okay, so let's... I don't think we actually need to buff for this, so let's... Ah, so actually we can stun 2 of them if we do this. So maybe we should have done that. Oh, they both resisted. That's slightly frustrating. Let's see if we can just take out the front one before he moves. So these don't leave corpses, which is kind of nice, so hopefully that's a double kill. Nice. And then who's going to move next? Yeah, I thought they might go first. So he's going to bite, which blights you. So you're going to take 3 damage. I almost wonder... So they're not going to move until all of these have gone, if we're lucky. So I might actually heal you, and then on your turn, use your cure. Like that. It's not going to do a huge amount for us. Oh, I was kind of hoping you 2 would get to go first. Okay, at least we dodge, so we don't really waste that amount of damage. In that case, let's use that heal again, just because. And then one of you can get the killing blow. One of you can get the killing blow, I said. Come on. There we go. Don't let me down now. So strictly speaking... Oh yeah, I forgot to pick up a key. I will.
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Now, this seems like something maybe we should use a holy water on. But, you know, let's touch a tentacle altar. Oh, purely decorative. Okay, fair enough. So that went alright. We're doing okay so far. Get a hunger event, so everyone gets a little bit of health. And uneventful corridor. Is there going to be... What's going to be in the room? Aha! A chest! So good thing we picked up that key. Ah! We're surprised, which is kind of annoying. Which means we're all shuffled, so we're going to have to order ourselves a bit better. Luckily, we can put you immediately closer. So you're going to debuff them and mark them. They are right at the back, so I don't know how they'll... whether they'll be able to hit. Let's see, can we do some damage to you quickly? We could potentially kill you quite easily. There we go. Good, that's a bunch of damage we've avoided. You're going to be a bit trickier, but I'm not too terribly worried. 2 damage per round for 2 rounds is actually enough that I'm going to say let's use this bandage, because otherwise I'll just never use it. And I think I'm actually going to mark you. It'd be nice if somebody else could mark it and then we could use you too. But that's 3 rounds of extra damage now for this. So you can't do anything until we start moving you forwards. But you're still relatively well placed for this. Wow, there we go. Look at that damage. So that's not a terrible combo. You also do more damage to stunned if we use that. So we can get you to stun these 2 and then perhaps apply a little bit more damage that way as well. Oh good, we resisted a disease. So yeah, let's get a stun down over there. Use our sort of flashbang. Only the 1 stun, but it's not too bad. If we use Hue, it will hopefully clear this corpse as well.
As the fiend falls,
good. So that hopefully keeps you in range of these guys. Unfortunately, you can't really do anything until you get there. Which, of course, does this. So we're in the uncomfortable position of one of these is probably going to be useless. So let's just buff you and leave the front 2 here to finish these guys off. So if we use the finish him, you'll do bonus damage here. And a crit, lovely. Which means there's no corpse, which means we can focus on this horrible piglet thing. Good, so that buff certainly didn't go to waste. I think we can probably just like drop a tiny bit of healing on you, just for the sake of argument. And then... pow, there we go. Wonderful, we're getting a couple of heirlooms, a couple more trinkets.
Push on to the task's end.
So before we do absolutely anything else, let's make sure you're all in the correct order. We'll open this, get some more heirlooms, and then we are sort of full, but that's not terrible. Aha, there we go. So there's the boss. So I think what we do now is So I was going to say let's explore somewhere else, but no, let's just rest. Let's get all of our buffs, and then let's... Yeah, we don't really need to rest, but if we're going to go defeat the boss, we might as well do it when we're in the best shape possible for it.
In tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
So first thing, we want the nighttime ambush, because that would be horrible right before a boss fight. You can... So we actually got this... Yeah, that can only affect your companions, so you can't cure yourself of your disease after all. Okay, so let's not do that. You can get a bunch of resistances. Who does inspiring stuff? So more likely to surprise things. No, we actually don't have that many buffs. Removing the mortality debuff would be fantastic if we had any. So so let's do that. Let's do a zealous speech. That'll protect us from stress going forwards. And then we'll use that as well. So that puts us on 0 exactly. So let's rest and let's just go fight this horrible mass of writhing flesh.
A blazing star is born.
More trinkets. Hooray, some loot.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
60, 70, 90, 60. So you are in charge of disarming. Good job. Okay, so as always, I fretted far too much about getting here, but let's see if we can defeat it now.
Ever expanding. This horror must be unmade.
Okay, so we've got... maybe it does count as a large thing. So, yeah, this looks pretty horrible. I don't know if we can stun it, but I suppose... Actually, no, let's do a buff. Let's buff you. So we can attack all of these different sections of the flesh. So we've got a spine, I think a heart, a gut. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty nasty. So let's just go for a straight chop to... Yeah. So I guess we can do more damage to this. Let's... Oh, miss. That's frustrating. So let's mark you. I know you sort of mutate, or can mutate on your turn. So I don't know whether this will actually... The mark will remain even if the thing in this slot changes. Bone Zephyr. Wow, that was lucky that it missed. Yeah, so that mutates, but the mark remains. So there's its head. So the heart sort of has this healing effect. It's going to just keep healing the different bits and pieces. Let's do another chop, so 8 to 60, so let's focus on this one then. There we go, 8. Wow. So yeah, that's almost half, well, a quarter of its health in one turn. Let's buff you. I suppose I should have buffed the Bounty Hunter, because he can apply that damage to the mark now. Not quite as much damage as I'd hoped for, but you know, it's not terrible. And then we'll keep pounding on the heart, because that's weakest. Maws of Life. Oop, okay, just a big old bite. Okay, that only did 1, but it stuns, okay. So it's got a whole range of different attacks that it can keep cycling between. Luckily now the mark is on that, on the heart, so if our Bounty Hunter wasn't stunned, that would probably kill it outright. Though I think we're doing just fine as it is. Oop, that looks pretty horrible. It's just the rear end of a pig. That's not nice. And can we stun you? Can we cure a stun? Doesn't look like it. Let's see if we can stun the butt end of this thing then. Yeah. So you're going to try and apply another stun to the back, but that misses. You're going to do the same. That hits. Does it stun? It does. Luckily, we don't really have much use for our doctor, so I think we'll be okay. So it wears off of you. You're going to do a little bit more healing. So yeah, this is turning out to be quite an easy fight. I was definitely worried about this too much. But, you know, obviously... Oh, wow. 36.
given the implications of its terrible existence.
But, you know, the one time I stop worrying about this is the time that we'll all horribly die. Alright.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
So I don't necessarily feel the urge to clear out this thing entirely, but as there's treasure here, let's go do these 2 treasure rooms and see what happens. Now let's ignore that. Horrible occult scrawlings. Let's try chucking that on it. Oh dear. That was bad. So throwing holy water on the elders. Wow, minus 20 until camp. Okay. That could have gone better. Oh, we've got some brigands hiding out down here with all the pigs. So we'll try and stun you two. Good, so that saved us some damage. Now I could go finish him on you and try and just get a kill straight away. But as he's not going to be acting this turn, maybe we just focus on this guy instead. And we apply all of our damage here. I'm not even going to go for the mark, because I think between the 3 of these, especially if we get another crit, not quite. And then who's going to act first? Ooh. We get lucky.
Just size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Unfortunately now you can't reach though. Bypass. Oh, you can bypass stealth. Did not even realise that. Let's do this. So just get a little bit of buff. So people will target you because you're marked, but you've got slightly more resistance to it. So you both have much more stun resist because you were just stunned, but it was worth a try. Let's use this. It won't stun you, but it might shuffle you. Unfortunately not, but it was worth a try. So you're doing a tiny bit of damage, and you're going to do a tiny bit of damage to everyone. We do kind of need this corpse to be out of the way, so I think we are just going to have to... Oh, really? 1 health left? Frustrating. But yeah, that's the problem with this big guy. He prevents both... Well, yeah, both of our sort of main damage dealers from actually doing what we need to, so we do use this in the end, which clears corpses. And it does get the stun at least, so it wasn't completely wasted. So we'll do the hew again. And then we'll use your Zealous Accusation to clear them both at the end.
Give them no quarter.
Unfortunately, we don't have a key, so let's open this and hope it's not trapped. It's trapped. But luckily we resist, so no pain, no gain, I guess. So we'll do this, so 2 more battles, we'll grab the treasure, and then I think we'll probably just leg it out of there. It's like that straight away. So far too many torches, far too much food, way over prepared for this, but we are coming out with quite a lot of gold, and another boss, importantly. Okay, that's 1 down. So I think these things potentially... Oh, that's a bit nasty.
For the slightest lapse in concentration.
Okay, that missed at least. Let's finish off... Well, actually, if this hits, it'll kill him, so let's finish off the one with the most health. And then... Bop! There we go. Horrible maggot-y things.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Might as well use up a little bit of food, just because we've got so much of it. And we can't really take it with us. We do get a little bit of a refund for it, but not a huge amount, so might as well use it to make sure he... Just on the off chance something horrible happens to him in this fight. And then, will a Zealous Accusation kill both of these? I suspect not. Though maybe if we do this. So it'll give you just something to perk you up. Okay, at least you dodged both of those, which is good. Will a Zealous Accusation kill them? Yes, if it hits, it kills them. Pow! There we go. Still no key. And another trap. But we resisted. Go on, is there going to be treasure here? No. And the curio is probably not worthwhile, so I think we just call it a day there. Oop. Okay. So we get a whole bunch of money for defeating the boss. We also get all of this money for bringing back all the treasure and the stuff we didn't use. And we got the Ethereal Crucifix, so extra damage versus Eldritch. and bleed resist, but the minus 20% max HP is probably a bit annoying, but oh well. A couple of heirlooms as well, which is never bad. So what did we get here? So pop. Satanophobia, so minus 20% stress versus Unholy, which isn't great because you're a Crusader and you do extra damage against Unholy, so we want to bring you with us against those. Eldritch Hater, pretty good. We could give you that Crucifix actually, and that might synergize quite nicely. And you're, oh that's right, you're diseased, but you are steady, so you're less likely to get a Virtue, but if you're steady, you're less likely to accrue that stress in the first place. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, you've been promoted, which means you can't come and help us do that final easy boss. But I'm sure we'll find somebody else to do it. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again next time, and I will see you then.